Hey guys, it's Ashley. This is my second time recording this. Let's hope it works this time. Last time I think it was like 10 minutes, 11 minutes long, and the stupid thing wouldn't process. And so here I am doing it again. So I was talking about postpartum depression and my experience with it. I actually wonder if I didn't or don't have post-traumatic stress syndrome from giving birth to Grant and everything that went wrong. I will put a link somewhere up here to the videos that I recorded, I think like a month after I had Grant, or a couple weeks after. And if you listen, like in those videos, I am so monotone, and you can really tell that I had depression. I mean, it's amazing to me, the difference, like, from now to then, like, if you've listened to me. But I kind of got teary-eyed in the last video, so I hope it didn't happen this time. I'm not going to go into the great detail I did before, when I was talking about it, because you can just watch those videos and know everything that went wrong, you know, from 10 weeks on bed rest, to my water breaking at home a month early, to going to the hospital and being on Pitocin for 22.5 hours and pushing for an hour and a half, and he wouldn't fit, and then to a C-section where the epidural didn't work because I'd had it too long and I could feel them cut me, so they had to knock me out, to not knowing, you know, asking Steven, is this really our baby? Because I'd never seen him. Heck, I didn't know, you know. He looked just like me. But that's just what happens when you get knocked out during a C-section. And then when I got home, my incision ruptured, and I had a massive infection, and it took a month for it to get cleared up, and 3 different types of antibiotics, and Levaquin. Never take it. Never. If they want to give that to you, never take it. Never. I had a horrible reaction to that, which led to even more postpartum depression. And honestly, I think the worst part of postpartum depression that I had, which I had everything in the book that you read about postpartum depression. The thoughts of suicide, the thoughts of hurting my baby, the thoughts of, I mean, all of it. Horrible, horrible, horrible stuff. And, you know, I knew immediately something wasn't right. But Levaquin is called, they call them sundowners, and it can lead to suicide. And mixed with postpartum depression, not a good combination. So, not good at all. And it led to hallucinations within, which then made me stress out. Oh my God, do I have postpartum psychosis? Which I don't think I did, or I'm pretty sure I never did. But, you know, I have anxiety, which when you have anxiety, I've had it my whole life, which I don't take medicine for, you stress out. Like, you hear about, oh, Ebola, I have it, oh, I've got Ebola, you know. That's just how it is, and it really does, it just sucks, royally, but it's something that, you know, I knew I couldn't get past myself, so I went on Zoloft. I was on Zoloft straight for, I think, 4 months, and then I weaned myself off of it, and I'm doing better. I'm much better. I've talked about it in other videos, but, you know, everything that I went through, I still have stress over. And when we went to see a friend in the hospital that had had a procedure done, and we went up to the floor where I had Grant, and it was like everything inside me was jumping. I mean, just stress and anxiety and just nervousness, and I wanted to cry, and it was weird. I mean, you know, here I was, and you know, I think it was in like September, so it was a little over a year after I had him, and I thought, oh, I'll be fine, you know, but I wasn't fine. Like that, it brought like the things I went through back, and that's the thing that happens, you know, but that's the thing that makes me wonder if I have post-traumatic stress syndrome, technically, really. But so all those people out there wondering, are we gonna have another baby? I would love to, and I'm just now getting to the point where I'm like, oh, I think I really do want another baby. I don't want Grant to be alone. I want him to have a sibling and all this, but it's so nerve-wracking thinking, oh my gosh, is postpartum depression going to come back? One pregnancy is not the same as the other. Now, if you've had it once, your rate of getting it again is much higher than somebody that's never had it before. But it could be better, it could be worse. I've read stories where people don't even have it. But the thing is, the differences. It would be a planned C-section as long as my water doesn't break. But at least I'd still know I don't have to go through labor. I don't have to lay there for 22 hours. And I'll automatically get a C-section. Next things I know that if I get a fever, I automatically need to call that doctor. I did before, but it was so low grade that they never thought that it was anything. But that was the sign that I had the infection. So, which made my body toxic, which could have led to postpartum depression too. So see, it's like so many things went wrong that it's like I think that all that just played into it and made it much worse, especially the Levaquin. But, you know, it's just like so many things. And like, I'm losing my train of thought right now. I forget where I'm at here on my story. But anyway, so, you know, I really do want another baby. I hope that I get to the point one day that I'm like, let's do this, you know, I'm going to be fine. If we do, I will automatically ask for medicine for Zoloft right after having the baby, because it makes a world of difference. And the number of women that have came out of the woodworks and said, I had postpartum depression and I never told anybody about it. Hello, I mean, immediately, the second I had the first thought of hurting him or whatever, it was like, oh, whoa, this is crazy. This is not me. That is not who I am. That's not me. I wanted to be a mother my whole life, and that's not me. I need help. And I never, my doctor threatened to put me in the hospital to try to snap me out of it. But, you know, as soon as I got on Zoloft, within a week, I started noticing a difference. Now, it doesn't truly kick in, I think, until 6 weeks after you start taking it. But it was like night and day. And when I got off Levaquin, my husband's aunt is a pharmacist. And she, immediately, when she found out I was taking it, couldn't believe they put me on it, first of all. And second of all, she said it would take 10 days to get out of my system. I'm telling you what, 10 days after it got out of my system, I was a new person. I mean, the postpartum depression wasn't that bad. I never had a hallucination ever again. And I will never talk about the hallucination I had, because it was horrible. Horrible. But it is just something that, you know, if you ever think you got it, you need to tell somebody about it, you need to talk about it. It's still hard for me to talk about. It's still hard for me to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth about what goes on in your head. But Levaquin is something that people need to stay away from, and a lot of doctors tell you that now too. I mean, you can't breastfeed on it, so I couldn't breastfeed Grant anymore. Plus, I wasn't producing enough, which I think led to even more, you know, I'm not a good mother and blah, 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 even though that's not true. You know, so it's just a lot. It was a long road. It really was, especially that first month to about month and a half, for about 6 weeks. But medicine, Zoloft, was truly a lifesaver for me. And getting off Levaquin. So, well, that's my story, and I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. And I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer or whatever, you know. It's just the facts and what I have struggled with, and especially in my thinking of having another baby, and that kind of thing. Not that we want to do that right this second, because we enjoy having Grant and enjoying time with him. What are you doing, Bubby? What you got? um, so, we'll just leave it at that. And by the way, I just walked in his room and he was screaming at the top of his lungs because I had laid him down for the night. And it's almost 10 p.m. And he had taken off his pants, his diaper, standing there naked and cold and crying. And I was like, oh my gosh. You just never know what they're going to do. So, well, I will talk to you guys later. See ya. Bye.